In the beginning was the Word, and the Word is created through breath. So in the beginning, Ra, the Creator, breathed the creation into being, and the first thing he created was Atum, who personifies the divine command, be. In the Iyunu creation myth, Shu was the second cosmic law to appear, and as the number 2, he introduced the principle of duality, which then applied to the rest of creation, with breathing as no exception. Breathing is a two-part process, breathing in and breathing out, and each part is regulated by a different netter. Neith regulates inhalation, and we often see her symbol of the weaver's shuttle on the fully dilated breast of the Uraeus cobra, which has raised itself up, ready to strike. Exhaling is regulated by Selket, whose name translates as she who causes the throat to contract, creating the sound ha, and her symbol is the scorpion, whose sting causes contraction, paralysis, and sometimes even death. Our innate consciousness breathes perfectly without our awareness. Yet conscious or intentional breathing is a well-known technique used for spiritual development, as in the sacred practices of yoga, Sufi rituals, and chant or singing. And being aware of Neith and Selket can help remind us to breathe more consciously in our daily life. Representing the cardinal directions east and west, Neith and Selket hold out their arms to protect the canopic shrine of Tutankhamun. The coffin texts tell us, "The east wind is the breath of life, and what it has granted me is that I may live by means of it." This life-giving wind blows from the east, the inhalation of Neith coming from the land of the rising sun, of Khepri Ra, and its gift is the means to shape and create your own life, moment by moment, breath by breath. The sacred texts explain how man was made in stages. First, the body was made from clay, a combination of earth and water. Then his spirit was breathed into him, the elements of air and fire. Biologically, these can be our prenatal and postnatal situations, but in the moment they point towards our mundane daily existence, earth and water, and the possibility of a spiritual awakening through divine intervention. The Virgin Mary was impregnated with the Christ child through the breath of God, delivered by Gabriel. The sperm that impregnates a woman enters into her womb where it develops into a baby. But the breath of God, His life seed, enters into the lungs, then passes into your heart. And it's here that the Christ child, or Horus principle, your higher consciousness, can grow and develop. That's why she's considered a virgin, since this child is not created through the flesh. Effectively, the two-part function of breathing creates a divine exchange between you and God. The breath you inhale is a gift from Him, but what you breathe out is your gift to Him. So what could that gift be? Modern science deals with the functional level of existence, calling what you breathe out the removal of toxins and waste products from your body, which isn't the best of gifts. Yet your breath is also what creates sound. And just as God began the creation through the divine command be, your breath is what enables you to express yourself in words and sounds that can be positive or negative, creative or destructive. That's why words of appreciation and gratitude or songs of praise feel so good when they pass through our lips and make a far more appropriate return gift. Prayer is another gift we can offer through our breath. It creates an elevated state of awareness that's often overlooked today. The reed flute offers another return gift that's been used for thousands of years in sacred rituals, like the Sufi Hadra or ceremony of the divine presence. Here's a gift from one of Egypt's greatest flute players, Hussein al-Awamy. We see endless exchanges taking place between the king and one of the netters acting as an agent of God. The king often receiving the breath of life to his nose while he offers something in return. His reciprocal action completing the two halves of a single whole and forming a circle that constantly turns in perpetual motion. As long as we're still breathing, we're alive in this physical body. But for spiritual health and well-being, what we exhale needs to balance with what we inhale for the scales to match up. And in the weighing of the heart ceremony, what regulates the scales is the netta mat. So when what comes out of our mouth is in equilibrium to what we breathe in, we're working in harmony with mat, with cosmic law and order. This brings us back to the Smartui hieroglyph, where the opposites of duality are reconciled and unified through the breath. And likewise, you are the king when you have control over every breath that goes in or out. Those are some further thoughts about this sacred process of breathing. And paying attention to your own breath while bearing the netters in mind can reveal a great deal of information about their divine intervention in your daily life. So hit the like and subscribe buttons when you enjoyed today's video, and please consider supporting the channel through the Buy Me a Coffee link you'll find in the description below, where you'll also find a link to my blog, News from Beyond. And with that, keep breathing, and thank you for watching.